Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. It's time once again for us to shatter that glass with Jetfire. He's going to be our focus this time around in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot as always. Please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that in the description down below, also in the description down below. And if you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. And this is the Hasbro Pulse exclusive version of this guy. You can always tell because the box is destroyed. It's so weird. I got one of the Shattered Glass guys at retail, that being Starscream. The rest all came from Pulse. Every one of the Pulse ones, the boxes are broken, destroyed, cracked up. The one that was bought at retail was perfect. Interestingly, the art, I'm going to note it now because I bet I'm going to forget it when we do the actual review. Interestingly, the art has the Decepticon insignia out on Jetfire's chest there and over here. And it even notes that he was conflicted about his loyalties with the Decepticons and therefore went with the Autobots because he was all about that conquest, baby. So, I love the original Siege version. How am I going to like this guy? Well, we're about to find out when we head over to the table and take a closer look at him. Oh yeah, we are rounding out the Shattered Glass lads with the big boy, Jetfire, of course. This is him along with his packaging and his instructions. I'm going to say it now, there are things I'm going to gloss over here because we already looked at the original. We're going to do a lot of comparisons as we go. And yeah, that's about it. Keep all that in mind as we keep going. I'm going to try and make this as quick as I can. You'll notice that Jetfire is in his plane mode. Why? Because I already showed the transformation going the other way in episode 575. So it only made sense that I documented going from now vehicle to robot, right? We've already done the way he comes in a package, robot to vehicle. Only makes sense now to go back in the other direction. But before we get to him or any of his stuff, we have to look at that packaging first. And we have some sweet packaging. Again, my box is a little, you know, it's supposed to look kind of jacked up, but mine looks really jacked up. We do have the Decepticon logo here on his chest. I find that very interesting. Same over here with the Decepticon logo. And then on the back, of course, we do have our boy here. And he looks great. Honestly, I love the look of this packaging. It really, really pops. Too bad it's not on the shelf more often. Here, the Starscream and the Megatron, which I previously looked at as well, are like in store, and man, this looks gorgeous on the shelf. Big and beautiful Jetfire instructions. I dig these, man. I absolutely love them. I think that this looks great. They're big, they're bold, they're clear. Couldn't ask for much more from instructions. Oh, buddy, take a look. Okay, so we have over here, we have Skyfire. Yes, I'm going to call him Skyfire because that's what he was called on the show. And when I looked at him in episode 575, I said that his paint was a 10 because it's quintessentially Skyfire from the show, or it's close to being quintessentially Jetfire if you're going for like the original G1 toy accuracy. A 10 for articulation, he can do it all. And I said the transformation was a 9 overall. I said it was 9.5, 9.75. He was quite excellent. I also said there that he was, at the time, double the price of a later class offering, which was a difference of $60. Did we have $60 more value at the time? Yeah, right away he was double the mass of a Voyager. Or not a Voyager, a Leader. So, double the price, double the mass. Plus we had the molded in detail. Plus we had all of the slathering paint all over the place. Plus we had great engineering. Mass, engineering, paint, functionality. All of it goes together. And Skyfire was worth it. Skyfire was innocent of the price hike well, not really innocent of the price hike at the time, because he was a brand new size class. But you know what? The pricing made sense, everything made sense, and we had great value established. Then we get to this guy, which is essentially the same thing, except now in purple, black, highlights of green and highlights of silver. I'm not gonna lie to you. Purple is my favorite color. Black is my second favorite color. I'm going to say that the coloration on this is a billion. I love the Shattered Glass coloration. And the green highlights are just like sinister enough to be interesting. I mean, look at that green cockpit. Look at the other green translucent piece. And then the highlight green on that other chunk that becomes his chest later on. It breaks up the stark darkness, you know? And I love the blast effects. I like the blue. I think it's really, really cool. I dig this, man. Absolutely dig the look of this. Naturally, we can take this whole chunk off. It's just using a peg that's underneath and goes to a peg hole up here. We all know that, I think, from the original. The blast effects as well, they can come out of the back. I mean, we've seen these blast effects a million times with Jetfire, with Omega Supreme, with Skylinks. These are just those same ones, except they're in blue, and they are great. I love them. What a shame that we're not really getting blast effects as often anymore. Or I think it's a shame anyway. And this is more the, I'll say, the Skyfire type of look. My plan is to call the Shattered Glass guy Jetfire, and to call the other lad Skyfire. That's my plan. You know, I mean, is it going to work that way? I don't know. We'll see, but that's my plan. I dig this. He rolls great because of his landing gear. And I think that's about it for the plane. We're going to, like I said, do the transformation. We're going to do it relatively quickly, and I'm going to do it first without all of his junk on him. All of that is still here. It goes together the exact same way as Jetfire, with the chest piece here, the mask is inside. The other blasters are on the ends and whatnot. His double barrel blasters underneath, we have extra paint on that. We'll see that a little bit later, and we have these two pieces as well. So we have all of the same bits and pieces that we had before. Let's do the transformation relatively quickly. We begin by folding that in, and folding that wing flap down, and folding this wing up. Same on the other side. We fold the wing flap down, we fold the other flap down, and we fold it in. And then we can bring both of those wings up just to make it a little, I don't know, easier to handle. Then we can take this whole kind of back section that's here and lift it up. By the way, in this mode, I should point this out before I go, we have room for 2 of the Titan Masters or Prime Masters or whatever in here. Up in the cockpit, if we break the nose section, we can open the cockpit, and there's a section in there that our buddy Ninja Bill, shout out to Ninja Bill, said might be the brain module. You can take that out if you want, and it's just an empty cockpit that you could put another Titan Master in. Underneath we have these 2 purple pegs and these 2 black pegs up here, so they can go in the hands of anybody that can hold 5mm things. So underneath we can have 4 characters being carried, and then 3 more up here. Altogether 7 characters, still able to be carried. Pretty good for a dude who's known as a transport. I think I said that before. Take that off, and we're gonna try and get this one apart too. I did not intend to bring all of that down. These on this copy tab in really, really tight. Like these back thrusters tab in exceptionally tight on the Shattered Glass, tighter than they do on my regular Jetfire. And you can see I'm really struggling with this one over here to get it off. Got that leg out. Oh, have that down for now. There, we'll bring that one in. Sheesh. They are a lot tighter on this one. I don't know why they're tighter on this one than the regular. We bring this back up over onto the back. We open out a foot and open out the heel. We open out a foot and open out a heel. Then we come to these legs that we've got all apart now, and we straighten it up, and then we fold this whole piece in on the hinge, and it tabs in pretty nicely actually. Fold this whole piece in. Make sure we've got the legs straightened up. And we have all of that in. That's the legs done. We're going to put in these purple handles, and they slide back in the body. If you had them still out, there's a little sliding black piece right here that slides back. I'm going to stand this guy up and readjust the camera, and we'll finish him off. And right now he's really tall. We're back a fair amount. I have to close in the kneecap and close in the other kneecap. That's where the back landing gear are. Then we come up here on the side and we pick this off. There's a rectangular slot that goes over a rectangular tab on the side there, and we can lift that up. Same over here, lift it up, close up that landing gear as well. Once we have these up out of the way, we should be able to angle the arms out. So they're pegged in, so we lift them off, bring them out. There's a little round peg there and a little round peg hole right there on the arm, and that's what kind of holds the whole hand in place basically. Then we should be able to, see if I can remember this. Extend the arm out, bring out the hand, fold in that piece and bring the arm up. There's a peg hole right there, and there on this gray wrist piece there's a peg. You got to put that peg into the peg hole that's there. I find on this guy it's actually typically better than on my regular Jetfire or Skyfire, if you will. I just have to make sure I got this there incorrectly. So I've got all of, I think I brought that in a little too close, I apologize for that. So I've got all of that done. We do of course the same thing over on this side. We pick the arm up, we bring it out, we extend it, bring that piece down, we open up the side of, well, we bring out the wrist, we fold this piece in, fold the wrist up and tab it in and bring that down. Then we can split the nose cone, and that goes in the body, and bring the whole section here down. Open these sections out. Make sure we got the shoulders out of the way, bring that down, tab a shoulder in, tab a shoulder in, tab a chest piece in, tab a chest piece in, and in essence, boom, here we have Jetfire in his robot mode. Oh yeah, this is what the robot mode looks like, and I love it, man. Look, I'm not gonna lie, we don't really have an animation model per se to kind of compare this to. I said the original was a 10. I'm gonna say that this is a 20. You know, like, I love it. Now, to be fair, that's 100% subjective. That score is not remotely objective. It's just because I think this mold is pretty amazing for the intended character, and I think this coloration really pops. He is a black. I thought he was a gunmetal gray, but really it's because the sheen on the black makes it come off as gunmetal gray, and the silver highlights as well as a couple of little gray highlights make the black almost seem like a pearlescent black, if that makes sense. I don't think it's coming across on camera the way it is to the naked eye, but man, oh man, what a great start. Now, the articulation I said was a 10 before. What's the articulation like now? Well, we still have a head that goes left, right, up, and not really down. These still open up because that's what the head goes in. The wings can go up and down, of course. The arms, clicky ratchet. I mean, they can go all the way around as long as you get them out of the way of the wing. Out to the side on a clicky ratchet. That goes in. This side of the shoulder on my copy does like to come untabbed a little bit. This one, rock solid. The elbow is a little over 90 degrees. Maybe if no, I can't get that ahead more. Yeah, a little over 90 degrees. Bicep swivel. We have a wrist rotation, the fingers open and close. It's just a base pin knuckle. And when you close it, you still get that circle to put his blaster in. What else do we have here? No waist, but I mean, oh, we do have a waist. I'm not sure if I realized that the original had a waist or not, but we do have a waist. Yeesh. Okay, impressive. Even more so than I thought. What else? The leg. Get the hip skirt out of the way. It goes all the way out to the side. The leg can ratchet back. I mean, that bar. I mean, the backpack is there. It could go back all the way. Ratchet forward that bar. Knee to 90 degrees. And you hear all the clicky ratchets and stuff, right? Thigh swivel. Toes down and heel down and forward. The ankle tilt is there. I mean, you break it, but man, what a deep ankle tilt. If I wanted to nitpick, maybe individual fingers, but 10, honestly. The transformation on this guy, I found it better on this one than on the other one. I feel like the tolerances are better on this one than the other one. Transformation before was a 9. I want to say the transformation's a 10. Honestly, I think this is really, really stupendous. Now, he does come with all of this. We can just leave it as one piece, we'll say. That keeps coming off over here because I keep hitting it, not because it's loose. That's, some people might see that and, you know, see it come off and be like, oh, that's a loose piece. No, it's not. It's my fault for the way that I'm hitting into it. So you could take this and you could put it on, I guess, this way or the other way. We're using this peg here and it goes into this peg hole, just like we did on the plane, right? So, I mean, if you want, you could put it in there, thusly, like that. It does make them kind of back heavy, so I mean, be aware, I guess. Nevertheless, once you have it in, I get this guy set up here now. Once you have it in, like, it's fine, right? Or we can put it all on. Before we put it all on, let's take a closer look at the two pieces, so to speak, from both Jetfires. And so we have both chest pieces here. I will note that on this one, these two will not stay in at all. It's pretty unfortunate, but they were staying in. They're not staying in now. Go figure. When I look at the two actual chest pieces, like, come on, man. The purple and the gray and the green pop so much more than the white, red, and black. And even the Autobot logo, the purple Autobot logo, pops so much more. The black blasters here and here that are attached are the exact same on both. So, you know, it is what it is. If we turn these over, we get a better look at the remainder of the accessories. The two blasters like this. On the regular Jetfire one, they're just black plastic with some silver paint on the barrels. With the Shattered Glass, they are painted on the barrels, but they're also purple paint on the actual pieces. These bigger blasters are just gunmetal gray. I think painted over black, maybe. Here, we still have the gunmetal gray, but now we have a coat of purple as well. So I think the Shattered Glass might have, if it's not more paint apps, then it's paint apps used in different places than the regular Jetfire. I mean, come on, which one do you like better? Do you prefer the white or do you prefer the black, right? I will also note that, yes, the insignia still turns around. There's the red, actually it's more pinkish, but there's the red raised Decepticon logo. Looks very nice. And, of course, the purple Autobot one turns around there, no problem as well, just like on the original. I prefer the black, but that's just, like I said, that's just a subjective thing. There's no right answer here as to really what's better. Oh, his heel's in. That's why he's being like that. I had his heel pushed in. There's no right answer as to which one is better. It's just, what do you prefer? Okay, now with him out of it, we can put on the like armor and that sort of stuff. So I'm going to do that now. fairly quickly, or so I hope. The double barrel pieces with the purple paint. That purple paint's really nice, by the way. They go on the forearms. Just have to find where the peg hole is, which is really hard right now. And the other one goes over on the other forearm. And yes, I'm making this look infinitely harder than it is because I'm trying to put these on from a bit of a distance. Then we have the blaster pieces. We'll put this one up here on this wing. We'll put the other one over here on this wing. Then, just like with the regular Jetfire, we have a rectangular peg back there. I showed it up close in the original Jetfire review, and we use a square hole here that goes over that rectangular peg. And again, I'm trying to do this now from a little bit of a distance, and we again put that over the rectangular peg on that side as well. Next, we can take the other big double barrel thing, and he can hold it just double barreled as it is, or if you prefer, he can split it and dual wield it. I think for now I'm just going to leave it double barreled, because why not? If you do, by the way, split it, it's worth noting that there are two separate 5mm pegs down bottom here. This one here has like a square base. This can flip up, and these two come down when you're going to hold it like individually, but I'm not. I'm going to put that now in his hand. Is my plan. Put that arm down. Put that arm down. And then comes the chest piece. For the chest piece, we open out these two little sections on his chest plate. Also with the chest piece, I will note that we open it up. I just have to get it. And the battle mask is in there. I'm going to show both battle masks up close in a moment. I just popped that out. Putting this down, we come here and it goes on over and solidifies on. Now before I put the battle mask on, here are the two battle masks up close with each other. And here we have both masks. One is white with a blue visor, the other is black and silver with a green visor. I think the black and silver with the green visor is a little more dynamic and interesting. Both of them, if you look on the back, have a translucent, like squarish peg that goes into the forehead of Jetfire, and that's what solidifies the mask in place. And man, how diabolical does that look? Like, I prefer having my Skyfire, you know, look like this. Just look like the average guy. But I prefer having all the battle stuff on my Jetfire, right? The Shattered Glass lad, he's all about the conquest. This guy is all about peace and science. So I like the dichotomy, actually, between the two, and taking him out of it. I think the real kind of pièce de résistance here, though, is seeing this guy next to the cruel and brutal Autobots. I like this. Like I've said it all along, I don't need a huge Autobot force or anything. This is good. This is good. Maybe that DK guard for a Shattered Glass Ironhide, but like that's about it. I'm good. I am good. I do think we should have a few more of the Decepticons since we only have two, and it looks a little lopsided, especially with this big lad now. I mean, boy, oh boy, ain't it hard being a hero. So in the end, what do I think? They took everything that was fantastic about Siege Jetfire, or Skyfire if you prefer, like me. They turned it black and purple and made it even better. That's me. Like I said, this time around, the coloration was a big influencing factor for me, and it's 100% subjective. If you can get your hands on it, if you like the original Siege Jetfire, objectively speaking, this is a fantastic, wonderful looking remold of it. Take that for what it's worth. And here we are once again, and here he is, and man, this is beautiful. It really is. I'd heard that the hips were super loose on this guy and whatnot. I have not had that issue. My two chest pieces slightly loose. Not a deal breaker. They're not gonna like fall down or anything like that. It's just I do notice a slight tolerance variation from the original. This is everything that was fantastic about the original, but in a black and purple and green color scheme. My favorite color is purple. My second favorite color, or shade I guess I should say, is black. Love the original, like this even more. Let me know what you think about Jetfire and Shattered Glass Jetfire. I appreciate you guys coming by and giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use that donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Don't forget to also hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us. Especially don't forget that somehow, some way, every single solitary day, you do make a difference, and I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.